Well, I'm about to just take a walk around Charles's property, Beth, so you can take a look. In the back here, this is where he keeps a lot of spare parts and things that maybe he was working on. A little Ovid style, you might say. There's his building in the back. And he likes to work on Model A Fords. He's got a few of them. And in here he keeps all his parts. He's got engines, he's got a workshop. You name it. He's got all kinds of stuff. More than I'd ever accumulate. There's an old car here. Some memorabilia on the walls there. There's Kramer, the Blues Brothers. And of course some more old cars. And we'll be walking out. And here comes my cousin Charles now, walking up to check, see if there isn't any burglars here.
Hey.
So I'm walking around your property here.
How's you guys doing?
Hey! Yous guys.
I love it. You know how much I miss talking to people like that.
From New Jersey?
Yeah.
Yay!
We went on vacation. We went to White House, New Jersey.
White House, yeah.
Just across the border. And we asked if there were any postcards because we live right there next to White House, Tennessee.
Yeah.
And we went to this drugstore and we asked the young boy, "You got any?" He said, "No, we don't have any of these things. But maybe you go down to the store over here and you can get them where they have the." And we said, "Oh, thank you." And we went outside. We laughed our asses off. And he was so cute, that guy.
Oh, yeah?
I said, "Man, I love it." I talked to my, I told you, I talked to my sister, Barbara, and lives in New Jersey City there. Oh, I got to tell Steve about that. Because he lives not too far from New Jersey.
You said you got to talk to who? You said your sister.
No. Hey, I'm old. And as of today, it's legal. I could say anything and get away with it. I'm a dirty old man.
Oh.
I now qualify.
Well, I'm just kind of spanning around here showing Betsy your
Okay.
place.
When Helen was really active, she loved her azaleas. She had 117 azalea bushes all over the yard. And when we lived in Tennessee, got you a coffee cup from Reno.
Well, I'll be darned. Thank you.
Isn't that nice?
Hey, you put pencils in it or grow a plant in it or something.
Yeah.
What kind of plant?
Cacti, desk
Cacti.
cactus.
Happy plants, whatever you want.
Yeah.
We lived in Tennessee. We had 6.5 acres, and it was a quarter-mile off of the blacktop. It was a dirt road, and we had the creek in front of us and the creek on the side of us sitting on the hill. And we loved gathering rocks. And we built retainer walls all over the place. And Helen was really into that. We built so many and made it so beautiful with the step terrace and everything else. It was just wonderful.
Well, tell me, what do we have here? This is your jalopy?
Yeah, it's a 29 Model A Roadster pickup truck.
29.
Basically a farm truck. Well, when I lived in Southern California, I couldn't afford all of the speed equipment.
Uh-huh.
I just had an old junk Model A. So when I saw this thing, I bought it in parts. I bought the running gear all apart, and then I bought the body and the frame and the fenders all apart, and I just assembled it in the garage. And it got to this point, and they say it's supposed to be a reflection of your personality, so that's what it is. It's number 37. That's the year that Helen was born, and it's called the Mighty Mouse. Yeah, that's the name I named it because I got old Mickey up front here.
Oh, yeah.
See? And he's protecting against everything. I don't have my gas tank in the front here. It's supposed to be a gravity flow gas tank. I put it back here in this foot locker, and I got an electric fuel pump.
Oh.
Pumps my gas to the two carburetors. And these are landing lights off of an airplane, whatever.
Okay.
I call them my cataracts, my cataract headlight. And of course, this is the driver,
El Wapo?
El Wapo, from the Three Amigos.
Yeah.
And go ahead. And this is a symbol of my youth.
Symbol of your youth.
And when I lived in California, I got a pair of 59 Cadillac
Yeah,
Cadillacs,
yeah,
and I saved
yeah.
them to put on something.
Hey, the
And
crowbars.
They never had bumpers on these trucks, but I'm sure that the farmers improvised something because they had to pull stuff. They
Right.
put a hook or something, so I figured, why not put crowbars back there,
Right.
basically.
That's good.
Yeah.
And what is this here? This is your...
This is a 1930 closed cab pickup truck. It's also a farm truck. And I bought that from Mr. Walter C. Ferris in Tennessee. And he was an old timer. And he had about 20 acres. You could walk and you'd be walking on transmissions. You walk on Model Ts. He had everything in the world. He was the what do you call it? The Beverly Hillbillies back in Tennessee.
Is that right?
You had to cross a creek and you had to go to his house. He had no running water, no electricity. He had an outshouse and he had a cistern where the water would run off the roof, go down the pipe, and went in the great big tub that he had
Yeah.
on the side, and that's where his drinking water was.
Oh.
And that's the way he lived, even to the year 1996.
There's nothing wrong with that.
So he had diabetes real bad. They had removed his legs. He had lost his eyesight, and his fingertips were all turning black.
Oh yeah?
And Helen and I got to know him and his wife. His wife was Gladys. And he went and passed away, and he said before they auction off all the stuff, he said, make sure Helen and Charles get that truck. So I made her an offer. She took it, and I took it home to Tennessee, and I took it all apart and put it back together. It was my first attempt, so it's not perfect, but I love the tar out of it. And then where Helen was born in Alton, Missouri, her grandpa, Coleman Hooper, had a sawmill there. And so naturally, and her daddy had a Model A Ford. So when I put the boards on there, I made Walter on one side and I made this on the other. So when her family comes, they get all excited.
Right.
This is like Grandpa's truck. And
Yeah,
they had
yeah.
the picture taken around, and they're just happy as could be.
Yeah.
And that's our other cousin.
Yeah, I met him.
Yeah. Well, you never met him when we were in New Jersey.
No.
I could never figure that out. Why we never got together at confirmations or Christmas or whatever. One of those things. Look at New Jersey license plates.
I saw that.